Welcome to Armoury TV. It's your weekend news, and it's from your boy Canners. Do you know what? Let's have an intro first off. Yes, and welcome to your Saturday edition of the Armoury, and let's all discuss everything that's been going on over this past week. And I tell you what, it's been loads. But first and foremost, I'm going to just dive straight into it, really. And the news really that's been kind of rumours, more transfer rumours that has been coming out from late yesterday and has been doing the rounds today is Lucas Paqueta from Lyon. Now, apparently, Arsenal now are pushing for this kid. And the thing is now, this could well be the player that Arsenal are actually going for, and why the Youri Tielemans deal is kind of stalling or just been left in the background. My belief, I guess, with something like this could have some truth in it. You know how Arsenal do things. They want to get Tielemans, they've decided everything or arranged everything with Tielemans. They know that he wants to come, and like a gentleman agreement has been, created there between Tielemans and Arsenal. However, then it's just a case of now of just negotiating with Leicester, which shouldn't be too much problem, because the later they leave it, the more then obviously our hand becomes more and more powerful, simply for the fact that Leicester know that Tielemans wants to go. Now, Leicester will obviously want to seal some money rather than lose him for nothing at the end of next season. So, and obviously again, what will solidify him going is the fact that actually, if he wanted to go abroad, he can start to talk to teams from abroad from January onwards, as he enters the last 6 months of his contract. So, listen, that being all said, this could be the deal that Arsenal have been working on in the background. Now, this guy kind of fits the profile I would say who would be an upgrade on Granit Xhaka, because he is Lucas Paqueta in his time, when he was at Flamengo, and then he moved to Milan. His time at Milan, he stated that his best position, the position he most enjoys, is the left side of the central midfield area. So he does that for a club, but also for country. With Brazil, he is offered that little bit more freedom going forward. So, he's someone who is kind of that little bit versatile if, things happen, i.e. injuries to Odegaard, etc. We now seem to have cover in that kind of area where someone can seamlessly turn up and sit in that position, i.e. Vieira, who we've just signed, and now Paqueta. I feel this is something that can be done. As I said here, this story goes into state that there's Tielemans, saga's been going on, and even though we spent 80 million, etc., the delay could be due to this move that's going on with Lucas Paqueta. Now, listen, looking at that picture there, listen, if the guy has skills, he's fits now the kind of profile of player that I think now that Arsenal are going for. Someone who, he's come from Brazil, Flamengo, top team in Brazil. He's gone to a top team in Italy with Milan. Fair enough, had a little bit of dip, but then he's resurrected and started playing, great again over in Lyon in France. Some would say, Ligue 1 is not the best league, but listen, you've got some great players playing over there. and I think this guy could come in and do a job for us. It'd be exciting to find out exactly what goes on. Moving on, this is someone really who this is kind of like out of left field, really, in terms of who could actually be staying. Lucas Torreira. Now, listen, I'm not sure what's going on there. There's obviously, there may be issues. I'm not going to dwell too much on it in our midfield with a possible issue. But could it be with the issues that we're having trying to sell Lucas Torreira? He actually could now be back into the Arsenal plans. The fact is now he's going to be called up for the US tour, and even his agent is stating, because there was talk of Torreira to Juve, and he said, quote, in fact, he would like to stay and play in Italy, but today Arsenal has called him up for the tour they were doing in America. So he seems to be part of the program. That's quite telling, that quote there, basically. And that's a quote really from his agent. It'd be interesting to see what happens, or whether that's something to really just to drive up interest in the player in order to try and get the top dollar for him. Again, this is something, you know, which could probably last until the end of the transfer window, simply for the fact that his contract will be coming up in 23. So on to also now, we've got this guy Martinez. Yesterday, United have submitted an improved £43 million bid for the Ajax defender Lisandro Martinez. But Ajax, it seems they're playing hardball. They really don't want this guy to go. I'm not sure whether they're trying to play games in terms of an actual bidding war between Arsenal and United, but I think Arsenal's stance is clear. They have a valuation of the player, and they won't go beyond that. If it deems that United want to come in and blow the water with a particular bid, then so be it. You know what? We move on to other targets, and you know what? I actually commend Arsenal for that stance, really, because it shows that we're not desperate. It shows that, yes, you know what? We've identified a player. We have a valuation of the player, and we won't deviate from that valuation of the player. We won't be held to ransom. And actually, you know what? Sometimes certain players, listen, is this guy worth £43 million? That's a hard one to call, really, simply for the fact that we is going to be an unknown quantity in terms of playing in the Prem, and also for the fact that, you know, would he really improve our first 11, or would he just add depth to our squad? It's something you know, it's just something which I don't think we're in that realms of being able to splash, or should be splashing 43 or upwards of £40 million on a player who's not going to be a first team regular. And that, in my opinion, may sway Martinez in actually, you know, to go to United, because I think for him it will be the easier option. Let me get to a couple of your comments. I see a few flying in. Please also smash the likes and share and subscribe if you haven't done so already. But yeah, big up to everyone in the chats. Mr. Silver Fox, yes, Mr. Fox, my guy. Oh, yeah, all these midfielders, none that are bad at all. I like it. Listen, I think I agree that I think this is something what was apparent at the end of last season, where our midfield was so weak when the games against Tottenham, against Newcastle. That's where, you know, the games are controlled, won and lost. In my opinion, you control the midfield, you control the game, and you control the tempo of the game, and that was lacking. Forget about, you know, the strikers up front. To be honest, I think Nketiah was doing all right, to be fair. It was in midfield where we really lost it. As soon as Partey went, and when we had that little stint of Lokonga and Xhaka in midfield, it just went to pot basically, and it was weak. And this is something really and truly, the midfield is something where we need to stock up in quality, not numbers, but quality numbers. Not just numbers, but quality numbers. Lee, how you doing, mate? You saying you're not sure about this one? Are you referring to Paqueta? Listen, he's listen. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching a few little. I mean, YouTube can make anyone look good, but I've been having a little look, and he does seem to dictate the tempo of the game. He is that left-sided central midfield player. I think that Arteta is looking for, because I think essentially what he's looking for really is an upgrade on Xhaka, both technically and also physically. And if that can happen with Paqueta, I think it's a win-win, in my opinion. Is he better than Tielemans? Would he be more for success than Tielemans? Who's to say? I'll take them both. I'm pretty sure that both are in the plans for us, to get to the club. I don't think it's either or. I think the reason why the Tielemans deal, whatever, has gone quiet makes sense really to me. It's just the fact that we want to get him with the best deal possible. Just leave it as late as possible. It could end up being something stupid like between 23 and 25 mil in the end, and that for Euro Tielemans is nuts. It's either that or we just say to Leicester, fine, you know what, he's already got an agreement with us, we'll pick him up for free next year. But we've got, players like Paqueta already stocked up on Vieira, etc. Yes, G Talks, what's happening, bro? Yes, yourself, man. I hope you're good, man. I hope you got that seasoning, all those meats seasoned up. You know what I mean. Paqueta would take all day, 100. Yeah, listen, I think it's a good move, man. Listen, the guys who are doing all these transfers get some of these deals over the line, I think it'll be a successful summer. We need to ensure that we've got certain players in place come Friday. Is it the 5th of August? Well, put it this way, it's less than a month to go till we kick off. Was Fabio worth 35 mil? Who knows? Time will tell, really. I hear what you're saying. The thing is, time will tell on Fabio whether or not he is worth 35 mil. He could be a flop. He could be something. Oh my God, 35 mil is an absolute steal. So it's just one of those ones really that we have to find out. They've obviously done their homework on Fabio. So let's see. G Talks, I'd love my teams, but Ajax playing games, and it's a lot of money for a versatile player that may not start. Yeah, I 100% agree. I just think that it's a lot of money for someone. I mean, I'm trying to think where he would play really and be an absolute starter for this is for me right now a nice to have. And as I said, paying upwards of 40 mil on a versatile player. I think we got other fish to fry when it comes to the transfer market. Yes, Mr. Silver Fox, United is a safer option for me. Yeah, 100%. And I think with the fact that he's obviously, he knows Ten Hag, and they obviously are in need of more surgery than us. I think it will be something that United will probably try and push ahead. He talks Grimaldo available for 6 million from Benfica in last year. Well, had a great year. You're right. Great left back cover as Tavares looks like leaving on the loan. Yeah. The only problem I have with that is okay. Tierney's your left back. Tavares goes on loan for the year, whatever, smashes it. Grimaldo comes in. So then in the next year, we're going to have 3 left backs. I'm not 100% sure what's going on here with the left back situation. This will be something interesting to see what happens and what their plan is with the left back area. One thing I do want to touch on though is I honestly feel we have a gem of a right back. I'm not sure if anyone saw him yesterday, but also I've been seeing little clips and stuff of him in the youth team. Ruel Waters. Now this kid is something. Oh my God. Right back or right side of midfield, in central defense, absolute granite, quick as they come, and he's your modern day fullback. This kid looks absolutely. I don't want to big him up too much, but this kid looks like, oh my God, he's decent. I'm excited to see him play. 17. And you see him, he's already mixing it with the big guys and stuff, and he looks like, oh my gosh, he can shift, he's quick. Yeah, it's something which I'm actually looking forward to seeing this kid play. Yeah, listen, oh man, this kid, he's 17. It's ridiculous. I can't believe that this kid is. We've not really heard much of this kid. But he reminds me of Bakary Sagna. Yeah, so it'll be very interesting to see. I think, in terms of right back, he'll be. I actually think he might well be back up to Tomiyasu next year. And I guess Europe is perfect for players like him to come in the early rounds or what have you, and play and get that experience of playing European football, and also in the Carabao Cup, your domestic stuff as well. So it'd be very interesting to see what happens with him. I'm excited about with him, to be honest. G-Talks, yeah, man, got your season ready for sun. Bless, boy. Yeah, listen, man, there's no substitute for proper seasoning, man. For you, all those Jamaicans and Caribbean folk out there, you know what I mean. Yes, Fox, exactly that. I was just going to come to that. Please smash the like button. You listen, mate. I tell you what, it is blazing out there. I was supposed to be at Wimbledon today, so yeah, but I'm here with you guys. What more could you want, eh? Nah, any kidding. Nah, this is where I'd rather be. Sod Wimbledon. Let's talk about the Gunners, man. You know what I mean? This is what it's about. This is what I'm excited about. Yeah, I believe Grimaldo can shift. Okay, Tierney also not sure. Club see Tavares' future at the club. Just my feeling. Okay. So you're saying that are you saying that Tierney may not be here for much longer? Yeah, is that? Oh, okay. Can shift. Tierney. Oh, okay. Oh. But what if, you know what happened though? Tierney will just go to another club and just all of a sudden be totally injury free, and he'll be playing 38 games, league games a season. Then ones, but yeah, we need a fit. We need a fit Tierney, and he needs to start well. I think in the game yesterday, the 30 minutes was planned. He has come back with we have to wrap him up and treat him really, in cotton wool really. So let's see what happens with that. Yeah, built different. Yeah, 100%. We talk about Ruel Waters built different. Yeah, he's got a serious physique already at 17. Absolute prospect, 100%. Yes, Nigel, well, one from One Touch TV, the Paqueta bit I don't believe. Tell me why, man. You're gonna have to tell me why. Don't come in there and just come up with them kind of like libelous accusations, man. Come on, man. Come on. Talk to us. What about African can? True that, yeah, listen, man. The jollof rice and them things there, do you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Of course you listen. We don't need to talk. When I'm talking Caribbean, I'm also including African as well. But I know, listen. We all like our seasoned food, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Them ones there. Yes, Ozzy Gooner, what's happening, bro, man? It's good to see you're on. I hope you're well. It's good chatting with you yesterday. Tagliafico. Okay, listen. The only thing though, number one, again, he's from Ajax, and Ajax seem to be playing hardball, man. I just think it would be great cover, but again, the price that Ajax would want for him would be someone, I guess, that you'd want to be as your first choice and not cover. So it's something that, you know, could or could not happen. But yeah, it's all food for thought there. Also now, just gonna go into some of the players who actually might be leaving. I know I touched on Torreira, who might be staying, but obviously I still believe he's leaving. Is Bernd Leno. Bernd Leno now. Obviously we've got Matt Turner. It seems to be now as our sub keeper, and it looks like Leno's on his way to Fulham. I think Arsenal are reportedly ready to receive bids of around 10 million for him. Listen, Leno's a victim really of how the game has changed, how Arteta wants to play. No one can dispute his shot stopping qualities. I mean, the game he had at what sticks to mind was the game last season against Villa. Brilliant. And you know what? Listen, to be fair to him, he's too good to be a number two. Nothing but love for this guy. He when he was dropped, you know what? He took it on the chin, and he, you know, displayed nothing but professionalism, you know, whilst being on the bench. And when he was called upon, he gave first-rate performances, in my opinion. Listen, you know what? I wish the guy best of luck, but obviously when he plays us, have a howler, son. But yeah, it's a sad one. But the thing is, now keepers need to be good with their feet. And Leno, we saw, I think everybody saw when Arsenal played West Brom in the cup. Ramsdale was just like, when he come in and he played with his feet, everyone's like, wow, okay, now we know why he was going after Ramsdale. And Leno basically, sad to say, is a victim to that. But yeah, listen, big up Bernd Leno, and good luck to you, mate. Just one thing I wanted to touch on really, just before I get through some more of the comments and also look to wrap up, is the kind of like mentality also now that Gabriel Jesus is kind of presenting to us now. There's a piece coming out saying that, you know, obviously he said here that he doesn't want to be the superstar. He just basically, I want to play football, go out on the pitch and help my teammates like a family. We have to do it together. Listen, he's saying he's not here to be the man. I'm here to help, to learn with these guys as well as win together. Listen, I don't know if any of you guys saw his goals yesterday. His first one was just like, you know what, bam, typical striker. Actually, both of them typical striker, but the second one I loved. The second one, I'm trying to think in the players that we have in today's squad that could score a goal like that, and we don't have one. Only Gabriel Jesus scores a goal like that and finishes like that. And it's good. It bodes well. He's good on the ball. The little snippets I saw from the game yesterday, he looks good. Fingers crossed that he can stay injury free, and you know, he has that more, you know, more continuity and working with the guys up front with him. It seemed to work quite well with Nketiah, to be fair. Anyone see El Neni's goal? Whew. Sheesh. By the way, does Nketiah get an assist for that? for his shot that was blocked? But look, listen, that for me was a nice piece, and you know what? It just shows that for me that this guy's like well in and ready to fight for the cause. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting this whole season. Just gonna go into a few more of the chats. Yes, G Talks saying, I think KT could lose his place. That could well happen. Absolutely. It'll be interesting though. The thing is though, yeah, if we get someone else in, the problem is that because of his injury record, it's something that's Arteta and the coaches they need to actually think about. One touch, G Talks, never Grimaldo is good enough, but nobody displaces him. Grimaldo give Tierney real competition there. Yeah, and do you know what? I think I think we touched on that also yesterday. We don't, what we want to get to a point basically in the whole squad is the fact that we don't want anybody to be comfortable in their position. What I mean by that is we want healthy competition, and I think this is something what they're trying to create. And if that means that, you know, this guy comes in and he does create healthy competition, then so be it. If the price is decent enough, cool. But the thing that, you know, Martinez coming in for 43 or upwards of 40 mil and being someone who puts pressure on someone else, we're not at that place yet. Yeah, that's true. I guess you're talking about Grimaldo saying that he'll shift Kieran Tierney because he's never fit money end of season much. I say end of season. One touch. Why would we sign another attacking central? It doesn't make sense. We need to. No, but the thing is, Paqueta plays in the same way that Tielemans would play. You'd have Partey, in my view, in a way, you'd have Partey probably sitting that little bit deeper, but at the left side, and I think what you want though is someone like Paqueta on the ball as much as possible, trying to dictate the play and trying to create as much as he can. And that will allow the likes of, first off, Partey sitting deep if he's playing, and then being able to bomb forward. When the games count, he breaks down. I love KT, but club will soon tight. Yeah, it's true. True. The club will come. It's like, do you know what? You can't rely on this guy. And it's just something where it comes to it happened, I guess, with Ramsey in the end, and also Jack Wilshere. Listen, man, come on, man. Listen, when you come back, make sure you bring some gel off with you, yeah? All right. I know you're coming back. I know you're coming back in August, so just make sure. Yes, Ozzy, Leonard, Fulham. Wow, gone are the days of keepers being shot stoppers alone. Yeah, absolutely. The game's different, man. It's changing all the time now, and you know, profiles of certain players are changing now. So you know, gone are the days where you just want your fullback to defend wingers. Your fullbacks now have got to be like wingers. They got to be able to defend and also go forward and bomb up, you know, and have a proper, you know, Kenyan set of lungs basically to be able to keep going up and down and overlap, etc. I think, you know, the game's evolving so much. New tacticians are coming out with different things. Gone on the days of the 4-4-2 really, where you have a front two partnership. Be nice to see, but you can't control the game tactically if you're playing a 4-4-2 in a rigid format. Speak out, Kenneth. It was shits and giggles on a touch, 100%. 3 touches, remember? Excellent. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. Yes, so obviously the Armoury are whacking out stuff all week up until obviously the season starts, and then your regular shows, i.e. your magazine show, the Gunslingers, obviously previews and reviews and etc. Obviously transfers up until the transfer deadline day. Listen, we've got loads coming up. Obviously we have lots of features and stuff. Nobody wanted to be with me today, but hey, I'll go solo, man. It's all good. Man, look, what Niger, one touch. Paqueta, type of player we have similar of it. It doesn't make sense. His quality, but not the profile we need, in my opinion. We'll definitely bring some. Yeah, 100%, man. Bring some gel off for me, man. Paqueta. Do you know what though, bro? I hear what you're saying, but if you could have Paqueta and Tielemans, wouldn't you go for them? In terms of having that squad depth, and I don't want to touch on it too much, but there might be a reason why we are going for Paqueta, okay? For that extra number. They probably didn't envisage us having to have that extra midfielder, but this may be there may be a reason why we're having to go and have to get an extra midfielder. Time will tell. As I said before, please smash the likes, subscribe if you haven't done so already, and listen. the Armoury TV and all your regulars, from Gumza, Silver Fox, Niger, you know, the features from Niger, G Talks, everyone who's appearing in the comments, etc. will all be on next week, man. Listen, guys, thank you very much. And that's your weekly dose of the Armoury done. Peace out, people.